Well, it's Rob here again, and I've got the lathe all wired up, but I'm not happy. The motor that I fitted works fine, got plenty of power. Everything works as it should, but the motor's got a hum in it, a nasty hum that is really annoying, and I'm not going to put up with it. I'll give you a demonstration. You can hear that hum. I don't know how well the audio is picking it up, but it's enough to be really annoying. Whereas the old AC motor was nice and quiet, and my old DC motor was perfectly quiet, this motor's got a hum in it. Tell you what, some days. So, well, I'm not going to have that humming away all the time. That'll drive me nuts. So, after doing all this work, I'm going to put it back to AC mode and just leave it at that. I'll show you around the back. Oh dear. You can see all the wiring, and it's all nice and neat. I did a good job on it. Remounted the inverter. Everything's great, except for the noise in the motor. And oh yeah, the fan, the Hoover vacuum cleaner fan turned into a blower. That didn't work because you can't blow with those, because when you do, the bearings overheat and it seizes up temporarily, which I found out. So I had to revert back to the old blower that I made up from the computer fans, and that worked great. Actually, that worked good. I just mounted it straight onto the feed here, and it was good. Temperature was totally stable, but it's the noise in the motor that's just giving me the shits. So oh yeah, this shows you what you can come across when you get onto these things. You work with second-hand stuff, you don't really know what it's like. I did run the motor originally, and I didn't really notice it that much, but now it's mounted. I suppose it's more rigid. I don't know, harmonics or whatever, but it's enough to really give me the willies. And yeah, I'd rather have the old AC motor in there. I mean, you know, you can always go and put a VFD on with 3-phase, but then the problem with that is then you've got no bottom end guts. You know, VFD motors are totally gutless when you get down low, and you put on the variable speed to have, you know, the low speed for threading, and you know, you want some sort of torque, and it costs you hundreds of dollars to do it, so I just can't be bothered. So I'm just going to rip it off, put it back to how it was and leave it, and I don't know what I'll do with this gear, probably flog it off, but yeah, it's really annoying. I mean, it worked good last motor, but this motor, it's just got this harmonic in it that is just annoying. So yeah, dear. Some days it doesn't pay to get out of bed, I tell you. Another thing I'll point out to people thinking of going down this route is this stuff here, this pipe, this cheap shit pipe. Don't use it, because even though it's flexible, it turns into sort of a backyard organ pipe, and it makes this horrible wailing noise. It seems to amplify all the noise out the motor, and you know, sort of like a cross between a didgeridoo and an organ pipe. So that stuff is totally useless for feeding air into a system, unless you've got some sort of smooth pipe. I think the main thing is don't have any pipe at all. Keep it as short as possible so you don't get that organ pipe effect. But so yeah, even that didn't work. And of course you do these jobs and you got all the crap in the world dragged out. I mean, you know, I spent about 3 days getting this thing all set up. And to say I'm pissed off is probably a bit of an understatement. But once again, it's a project, and I mean, when you're experimenting with stuff, you've got to expect failure, so you can't get too annoyed, I suppose, but it was a lot of work for nothing, because I just, no, I don't want to have humming bloody motors on my lathe. I like lathes to be quiet, and it was quiet before with the old motor. All you could hear was the change gears rattling around, and apart from that, she was pretty good. So that's it, folks. This is a failure, and I was so pissed off I was almost going to delete the original videos, and I thought, what the hell, I'll show people what can happen with these projects. You think you got everything covered, and then you get stymied with something like a noisy motor. And even though a DC motor humming like that can be due to low amperage, in this case that's not the case, because the amps are right up there, so it's just the motor. Okay. Things like this happen. Okay. See you next time. Cheers.